Hey everybody, welcome back to Ryan Makes Sense, where we talk personal finance, investing, and chart analysis. Today, I'm going to show you how we could have found this 3,700% stock gain by looking at ticker symbol AMR. This is Alpha Metallurgical Resources. It went from under $4 to over $450. I'm going to show you exactly how we can create a scanner to find stocks that could move like this, and also show you how we can go back in time to create said scanner for fitting these financial purposes. Uh, I do think you owe it to yourself, and I owe it to myself as well, for reaching financial freedom, or at least getting a financial leg up in terms of using data to identify stocks. Now, this company, it is coking coal. Uh, they did have some major deals done behind the scenes, but typically I am a technical analyst and I look at data that leads to these potential large moves and large events. Can you see just by looking at this chart how you can identify this was going to make such a large move? I'll give you 2 seconds. Okay. So basically, let me just really quickly, and I promise I'm going to get into how we can find stocks like this. Just take a look right here. The first one is the relative volume on the monthly basis. The the more data that we can gather on the larger chart, it is going to lead to a larger move. So the bigger the chart, like the monthly, that's usually the largest chart. You can also look at the yearly. I'm a fan of that. And the more data we can gather from the big chart, the bigger the move in terms of stock price. So really quickly, just take a peek right here. What do you notice? What I notice is it's a typical stock. It gets down to a penny stock, $2, fades out. Then on the monthly charts, on the monthly volume, monthly data, the relative volume increases substantially, incrementally. So we can see, for example, April 2021, there was 2.29 million shares traded. The next month, 4.9 million shares traded. The next month, June, 5.19. The next month, a little bit of a breather, 4.2 million. The month after that, again, August, 5.45. The month after that, 8.27. So you can see how the volume continues to stack up. And you can also see, if I remove this, look at how many candles, these are green and red candles, there are that are green. Duh. It's essentially the standard deviation of volume over the month. Could be green, could be red. If it's green, there's more buying than selling. If it's red, there's more selling than buying. You got it? So that's number one. Number two is this actual pattern right here. You just have to do a little bit of zooming in and out. Can you see a cup and handle right here? We have our left side of our cup right here. Typically, the left side of the cup is where we have the move from like a downslide, like a consecutive, like a an expected continuation. Like look at these candles right here. We can see our catalyst candle right here before the actual cup, the left side of the cupping. Cupping. So here's our cup, left side of the cup. Here's our right side of the cup. We always want to, well, I always prefer the right side of the cup be higher than the left side of the cup. Then we have our pullback, which is the handle here, and then the move up. And again, this same pattern has been on digital turbine apps, Renasola, which is now MRN, ticker symbol SOL. We've seen it on AMD. We've seen it on Enphase. I love cup and handles. These are my bread and butter. So this is another thing to look out for, a visual cue that we can see. And then just one more visual cue, just kind of a top three cue. And we're not on the chart. So we're going to have to go back in time to see what's going on. And I'll show you how we got here. Um, Okay, so we're looking, I went back in time. I'm going to show you how back in time. This is when the stock was $11.73 before it went to $453. So insiders were owning or purchasing. And not only insiders, the CEO. If you've seen my videos, you know I love when the CEO buys. It's a strong, strong indicator. The CEO at the time purchased $121,000 worth, which give or take could be a lot or not based on his position. You can also see what his salary was for this year, which was 2021. Maybe it was half a salary, maybe it was a quarter, I don't know, but that's a pretty decent buy and also a good indicator. So we have our visual cues. We have a cup and handle on the monthly, a bullish pattern on the monthly. It doesn't have to be a cup and handle, but a bullish pattern on the monthly. Relative volume on the monthly is positive and incrementally growing. And the CEO insiders are buying. So now I'm going to show you how we can do this. So number one, we're looking at ticker symbol AMR because this stock literally went from $2.18 to $453 and I guess $452. That's over a 3,700% gain. I don't know how you slice and dice it, or I don't care how you do it. Uh, so how do we find this stock? What can we do? What kind of screener can we set so you and I could put ourselves in a better financial position in the future? So what you're going to do, we're going to go to finviz.com and you want to have a stock in mind. It could be AMR, it could be Tesla, it could be Apple, it could be Enphase, it could be Nvidia, it could a lot of things. It could be any really. So you're going to type that company in. So I have this here. You also want to open up web.archive.org. This basically captures all the stuff in the past that people put on online. So if you have a YouTuber who makes a video that's controversial and then they delete it, you can actually go here and, find it. Anyway, so I'm going to do AMR, and there's a couple things I just need you to pay attention to really quick. The first thing is this URL address bar right here that I'm circling. It's going to change really fast. So what you have to do, once you type in your ticker and it's going to be AMR, I'm going to copy the URL address as soon as possible. So I'm going to hit enter. Okay, enter and then Control C. Okay, watch it. It's actually going really slow. There it goes. It just changed. So I was able to capture it before it switched, and typically it's not saved on the elite. So I'll just show you really quick actually. So I pay for my FinViz. See, there's nothing here, but when I delete it, when you delete that, now look what we see. People have been recording this stock because I don't know if they knew it was going to go 3,700%, but you can go back, you can click here and then click here, and you can see what the stock was back in March of 2021. And here we go. You can see it's at $11.73. I also have it open right here, and you can see it's at 315. But this image right here might change, but what you have to really pay attention to is what it is down here, price. So this could show you $500 or today's chart. Just pay attention to this piece right here. So we have this stock when it was $11.73. Now, how we can create a scanner to find potential stocks like this, we're going to go to our screener here, and you can do this on the free version as well. And we're going to go to all. And what we want to capture is basically the key data points in here, which we'll do right now. So basically, they were not profitable. Typically, if I were to see this company on a scan, I would just be like, wow, this company is overvalued. It's not attractive. Knowing what we know now, hindsight is 2024. Literally, we can learn from potential missed opportunities. So we have a billion different parameters here. The key ones we're going to take away. Average volume was about 198,000. So we're going to go to F average volume. custom, and we're gonna do 195,000. It's already at 195K. And hit enter. For you, on the free version, you'll have presets. So we have 195,000 as our base. We do have shares float under 20 million and shares outstanding under 20 million. So shares float under 20 million, which is absolutely insane. You can see our stock, we had 4,400 listed. Now we only have 438. Jeez. Okay, and our shares outstanding also under 20 million. So shares outstanding under 20 million. We're gonna go from 400 stocks to probably like 10. 297, wow, okay. All right, we also know insiders we're adding. That's key. So insider transactions, insider ownership, insider transactions. Insider transactions we want to be positive, and we want insider ownership to be positive as well. We can see right here, positive 7%. All right, we're at 200 stocks. We went from 200 to 37. Okay. So we don't have insider ownership being positive or negative. So we're going to leave that as is just to make sure we don't over filter out. So our quick ratio is over 1. That is very important. That essentially means if this company were to close their doors tomorrow, a quick ratio over 1 ensures that they can pay off any debts, liabilities, notes, etc. So we want over 1. Okay, we're at 37 stocks. I think now we're probably going to go to 15. 18. All right. We also have a current ratio of 2, which I believe that looks at assets and liabilities. Yeah, company's ability to pay short-term obligations, current assets, liabilities. So let's do over 1.5. This is going to really narrow us down. Only 17. Okay, so we went down one stock. Okay, so other items we can gather. Look at that debt. That's a lot of debt. I mean, in relation to the quick ratio, it's not, but I mean, if I were to look at this. Okay, sales over the past 5 years, positive. That is huge. This is going to show us that this company is resilient. So sales growth past 5 years, it was 7%. So we're going to do over 5% just to keep it nice and even. We're out of 9 stocks. All right. I think 9 stocks is very digestible. Gross margins, that's pretty horrible. But again, so we'll change to gross margins being at least positive. Is there like over 5%? Okay. I don't really want to overfilter, and I think we're getting there. We're down to 5 stocks. I think that's fine, honestly. I think that's fine. Okay. So now we have our potential 3,700x stocks based on the same criteria that AMR had. And you can see the chart changed from $11 here to now $3.15. I think it's a caching issue, but anyway, incredible. So we're going to go ahead and now we're going to go to this and we're going to go to save screen and we're going to call this 37x AMR opportunities. And we're going to go down and save the changes. Beautiful. All right. So we have visual cues. We have a way to go back in time to look and see what a stock was at a given moment. In this case, AMR went from $2.18 to $450. Our visual cues, again, at that point, when we're looking at this stock and I'm going to see if it will go back to our old screen here. It might not. Okay, it did. And if I click here, is it going to mess anything up? Don't forget to drink water. Did it mess things up? Let's see. Yeah, because now it's showing $49 down here. So we're just gonna get out of here. We've already been to this website. Let's go. This was again, we're going back. Let's go here and we're gonna look at the monthly chart on how we can identify when a cup is building. So typically on the monthly, if you see a stock that goes from 26 down to $2, uh, it may or may not become clear that it could be building a cup and handle. But I typically love to watch a stock play out and see if it is building cup and handle and if the company is making headway to becoming profitable or growing. So in this case, this would have been an amazing opportunity. We missed it. There's nothing we can do. We can't cry over spilled milk, if I use that term right. So what we can do is learn from our mistakes, which is what we did. We grabbed the financial data points, and we now have these 5 stocks here. They all look to be under $5 with the exception of Mastercraft Boat Holdings, which I just want to see if this went from like 180 down to 18, because this could be, again, a similar situation that we see playing out. And I just want to look for curious reasons and maybe look with you to see if we do have a catalyst for a left cup. Not really. So this is not a cup and handle, a true cup and handle, because we have our left cup over here. Again, our catalyst candle is here, and then it's a continuation, and it's a sharp move up. It doesn't, in order for it to be cup and handle, it has to meet the high of the left or go above it. If it goes above it, that's a sure sign that it is. It didn't go up here. It didn't go up here. This is not a cup and handle. This is more like a triangle. And I'll show you what I mean. Boom. Boom. You can see resistance, support, resistance, support. And again, there's micro patterns within here as well, but it's not really, this isn't really relevant to us, honestly. It looks really good. I mean, it does look really good. Sales are going up, EPS is going up, shares are going down, which means there's natural and organic accumulation. Insiders are buying. They're loading the boat. Is there a CEO? No, it's the capital manager. Coliseum Management. The CEO could be a partner of that Coliseum Management. So anyway, this is actually a decent stock to look in. Once this does break out, if the business is actually doing really well, this could likely go into $40, $50, $100 territory, as long as sales continue to grow, EPS continues to grow, etc., etc. So, just really quickly there's a red flag, and I'm going to show you that I just noticed. If we go to quarterly, look at Q1 2024, they did 95 million in sales, which is great. But if you look back last year, they did 166 million. Not so great. So again, just watch out for beige flags, red flags. This kind of falls into that. They do have some time to play around in here to prove that their business is going to do well. That's not here nor there. We're looking for bullish long-term patterns on the monthly. This doesn't fit. It's not an AMR, but our scanner does give us some potential opportunities. Create the scan or review the scanner often. Here you can take a screenshot of it. Save it for yourself. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing well. Consider subscribing. Leave a comment. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Have a great day. Goodbye.